Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the youngest select board member, I think, in Windsor County, Becca White.
And vice chair. Hi, everyone. So if you can't hear me, just wave at me. So thank you for that introduction. My name is Becca White, and yes, I am the youngest select board member in Windsor County, and so far the whole state at age 21. And I also serve as the vice chair, and I'm so honored to be able to introduce and kick off this event today. And I thought I'd start by telling a little story about how I met Representative Clarkson. I actually, as you know, being 21, have not been in the elected official game for long. And when I was serving as an intern on the Vermont Commission on Women, they do an event called the Women's Caucus, which happens during lunchtime at the State House. And if you've ever been in Montpelier at lunchtime, it's very hectic. And the Women's Caucus starts a little bit late. So while we were all eating and kind of getting to know each other, Representative Clarkson came in, and she was full of energy and passion and get it done attitude. And she immediately asked me, "Who are you? How are you doing? Where are you from?" And we're both from this area, being from Hartford and being from Woodstock, and that was an immediate click. So I was already impressed with just the energy, and I think, as everyone knows, the passion that Representative Clarkson brings to all meetings and all projects. So I'm so excited to be here. And another reason why I'm so happy to be here today is in Hartford, as we all look at Northern Stage, our town, White River Junction in particular, we've seen a really big revitalization in the last few years, and projects like what the Ways and Means Committee has done for downtowns are things that help make sure that we have vibrant communities, and something that I know Representative Clarkson will continue to do as a senator. And then the most obvious pressing issue for me is how young people in Vermont don't stay in Vermont or don't return to Vermont. And I know that Representative Clarkson, seeing that with her two sons, as well as being in a community that has an older population, those issues are really pressing to everyone here. So I'm so happy that I get to support her and see this issue take on the critical eye that it needs to. So I also have another honor of introducing former Representative Ernie Shand, who you've got the super youth. And then, as we talked about earlier, married to the super senior, as he's
right.
Thank you.
They're both super seniors.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here with you. It's an honor to support Alison. She's we worked together for, I think, 8 sessions.
Or 8 years.
8 years. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. 8 years. Yeah. And she was always there for her constituents. She was a light in the darkness. Sometimes we would have this cabaret business, and it isn't very many people that could get me in a top hat and a cane to dance. She gets things done. And I think that's basically what we're here for, is to have her tell us how she's going to get things done.
Well, thank you to Becca and to Ernie for launching this. I'm thrilled to have all of you here today, surrounded by people I care so much about. Thank you very much. What a great, and the weather has cooperated, which who knew? I thought we might be in snow. So it's very exciting. I'm Alison Clarkson, and I am running for the Vermont Senate. I have chosen to run to continue to serve our wonderful state in a different capacity, because I believe that at its best, government expresses our care and concern for each other and undertakes the projects that need to be common endeavors. We care for each other in roads and bridges, in educating our young, developing a strong workforce, feeding the hungry, raising our standard of living, and in investing in innovation. All things enable our public good and our common good. As you hopefully know, I have loved representing the people of Plymouth, Reading, and Woodstock, and I'm excited to take my 12 years of experience and service in the House into another body, into the Senate. 4 years of serving on House Judiciary, and 8 years of serving on Ways and Means. Our chair is here, which I'm so honored. And my seatmate, Joey, 2 of my Ways and Means members are here today, which I'm very honored by because they've come a long way, have given me a great education and a broad understanding of the issues facing us as a county and as a state. I hope to use my experience in the House to serve all of Windsor County in the Senate on supporting economic development, promoting affordability, protecting our environmental and working landscapes, and strengthening our social fabric of our communities. This is a remarkable county. Windsor County is the birthplace of Vermont itself, as our colleague Donna Swaney always makes us aware of on the floor of the House. But it's also the birthplace of the precision tool industry, of the Vermont Symphony Orchestra, the Vermont Land Trust, Calvin Coolidge, American skiing as we know and love it, the modern conservation and environmental movement, innovative model farms, and Vermont Public Radio. It is also the home of the only national park in Vermont. Rolf, and wherever you are, Rolf, big shout out to our first superintendent who's here. So it is an astonishing place and one I would be thrilled to serve. Look where we are. We are standing in the center of White River Junction, a 19th century train hub. There's a train. Now a revitalized, re-energized 21st century downtown. We are standing in front of Northern Stage's brand new home. This theater is a fabulous example of adaptive reuse, of a repurposed building. It's kitty corner to the Center for Cartoon Studies, and both of these businesses, along with many others, are now vibrant cultural anchors, breathing new life into this historic downtown. Vermont's TIF and downtown tax credits, of which I have been a very strong supporter, have been essential to making this possible. With this kind of vision, what can we do for Windsor County's other historic downtowns and village centers? The sky's the limit. Of course, a key challenge is to grow our economy while continuing to protect and preserve our natural environment. Our recent problems with the Bennington area's water supply remind us of the need to protect and preserve our public trusts. Not only our water, but our air, our forests, our natural resources. As a former board member of the Vermont Natural Resources Council and of Sustainable Woodstock, Sally Miller's here somewhere, I have worked hard to protect Vermont's natural and human resources. In the House, I have championed strengthening Vermont's most important conservation program, Current Use. Current Use's tax treatment is essential to our working landscape, to keeping our farms and growing our specialty food industries, our forests, and all the products that come from them. Charlie Shackleton and Miranda Thomas are here. All the products that come from our woods, furniture, firewood, housing materials. Current Use enables an over $4 billion economic impact on our Vermont economy. Economic and environmental health do not have to be at odds with each other. Another critical communal effort is the ongoing work we face in supporting our social fabric. We need to increase access to and reduce the cost of healthcare for all Vermonters, improve our social well-being and safety, both public and domestic. We all know we need to bend the curve on opiate and heroin addiction and the crime that accompanies it here in Vermont. We know this problem well here in Windsor County. No community, as we know, is immune to this. And as my friend TJ Donovan, who's also here somewhere, all the way from Burlington, and as TJ Donovan is fond of saying, the best form of public safety is a good paying job. I could not agree more fully, especially equally paid jobs for equal work. We just celebrated Equal Pay Day in the State House. We all have to take that seriously on board. We still only earn 84 cents, except in the State House where we're all equally paid. There are still lots of pressing questions, as we all know, but there aren't often easy answers. The answers are often complex and interrelated and require thoughtful and clever solutions. I will bring my values, my experience, my capacity for hard work, and my heart to tackling our common challenges and opportunities in Windsor County and in Vermont. As I stand here among so many of my closest friends, my women's group, my kitchen cabinet, and my colleagues, so many of you have come and taken, our Mondays are very precious to us, and I know what it means for my colleagues to take a day to be here, so I am very grateful. I throw my proverbial hat into the ring. In the past, I've campaigned by visiting every home in my district, 1,887 last time, just in case you don't think I count. And enabled by many of the people here, different driver every night. And I can't promise to do that countywide. With 969 square miles of it, Windsor County is Vermont's largest county. However, I do look forward to visiting every town and listening to the concerns and ideas of the people from across Windsor County. I promise to campaign energetically and to take the same energy and optimism into the Vermont Senate. Woo. Thank you for joining me today. Chief excitement is that now I can represent more friends. This is so great. I've waited forever to be able to represent some of the friends who are here from Bridgewater, Heartland, Pomfret. It's so exciting. It's great. Thank you.